Everybody, and welcome to night 2 of DC Jazz Fest here at the Millennium stage. Please give a warm welcome to the Amy Bormet Trio.
Thank you all so much. I'm so excited to be here as part of the DC Jazz Festival. It's been a great festival so far. This is the first time I've been to the DC Jazz Festival in 5 years because I had relocated to LA. But now I'm back here, and I wrote a song about it. And all of the magical experiences of driving cross country. And it's called Homecoming. Drifting through canyons on the highway, shadows and colors drenched with light, knowing the lines I'm sure to follow, magnetic roots, they pull me back. Is always greener. What happens when you start with sand? I'm coming home to see old friends again. Will my heart mend? Will it bend? coming home to see your friends again. Will my heart bend? Will it mend? Will my heart bend? I'm coming home again. No place like home again. Come back for all I left behind. Oh, I'm coming home again. Home, I'm coming home again. Home, I'm coming home again. Thank you very much. So last week was the 101st birthday of one of my favorite poets from Chicago. She's one of my favorite poets, period. And she's from Chicago, and her name is Gwendolyn Brooks. This is a poem that she wrote that really resonates with me and all that we are thinking about as a society, about climate change and about migration and about how we can have all of our things that we want around us, and whether or not they have a real point to have all these things where one person has all of the things. And this is called My Dreams, My Works Must Wait Till After Hell. Now we ready for hell. I hold my honey and I store my bread. Little jars and cabinets of my will. I label clearly each latch and lid. Be firm till I return from hell. And none can tell when I may dine again. No man can give me any word but wait, the puny light. I keep eyes pointed in. Hoping that when the devil remember to go home. Remember to go home. My taste will not have turned insensitive to honey and bread. Old purity could love. In little jars and cabinets of my will, I label clearly each latch and lid. Be firm till I return from hell. Be firm till I return from hell. Be firm till I return from hell. Thank you. All right, this is a song that I'd like to dedicate to one of the top hand-holding people in the world. Hand-holding is very important to me. I love hand-holding, and I just want to encourage you right now, if you are sitting next to someone whose hand you'd like to hold, maybe turn to them and say, hey, how about a handhold? Or just give them one of these, see if they reciprocate. Hand holding. I was taught by the best, and my mother's birthday is tomorrow, so I wanted to dedicate this song I wrote about hand holding to my mom. Thanks, Mom. I won't point her out because she'll throw something at me. She's in the front. I wrote this, oddly enough, after a friend of mine told me about a relationship. She felt like she was too weird for the other person. And I was like, just dig in, be weird. I was like, admit to your weirdness. So that's kind of where this song comes from, embracing each other's hands. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. If I want to hold your hand, should I be so bold and grand to tell you that I'm lonely too? If I'm looking in your eyes, cooking up a big surprise, do you need a minute to digest a little rest? I'd like to think that you have all the answers to my quest for happiness and good old-fashioned love.
But there's one small problem, see. Whenever you're next to me, I confess I'm a mess, I'm a mess, I'm a mess. If I were to hold your hand, could you try and understand? Nothing is quite as it seems in my dreams. Could you give a bit and live a bit with me? You have all the answers to my quest for happiness and good old-fashioned love. But there's one small problem, see. Whenever you're next to me, I confess I'm a mess, I'm a mess, I'm a mess. If I want to hold your hand, should I be so bold and grand to tell you that I know me too? Could you give a bit and live a bit with me? Give a bit and live a bit with me.
Thank you, thank you. This is a song I wrote inspired by a lovely man in California who started taking the strips of Go and Eat food. And he started doing this in South LA, and I saw it in action and really got the neighborhood involved, and I thought that was such a beautiful thing to take this barren strip of the parkway and turn it into something beautiful that the whole community could come together and have food and have a good time. So this song is called Barren Parkway.
a silent witness, dust to dust, slowly uprising, sinking down with the constellations. Urgent days, what is the consequence of moving slow, reaching higher, so much higher, drowning in the atmosphere, sinking down with the undercurrent. Frame by frame, what is the consequence of empty space, filling in new faces, searching for images. Barren Parkway, what is the consequence of time left empty? A silent witness, dust to dust, slowly uprising, sinking down with the undercurrent.
Thank you very much. So as the set progresses, you'll realize why I dedicated that song to my mom, because the rest of the songs are not love songs. This is a difficult tune. I wrote it after seeing photos of all the migrants struggling to cross the Mediterranean. And I was inspired by a character that was in an opera written by Anthony Davis, who's also a fabulous piano player, but incredible composer, lives out in LA. And he wrote an opera to the story of Amistad, and he had one of the characters be the ocean. And I started thinking about how your relationship to water changes depending on your mental state. So this is called Into the Sea.
Cold revelations, no destination spilling out. Uncharted waters for my sons and daughters, now the lights are out. I could fall into, I could fall into, I could fall into the sea. Rough translations, makeshift nations spilling out. Waiting at borders, backs turned with orders, cries and shouts. I could fall into, I could fall into, I could fall into the sea. Mouths open wider and wider, souls that are cracking to dust. She reaches out her hands, parts the waves of my agony, and I long to crash into her arms. I could fall into, I could fall into, yes, I long to crash into her arms.
Thank you very much. How about it for the wonderful Taurus Mateen on the bass? And the fabulous Terrence Arnett on the drums. I'm gonna drink some water. I should have got you guys microphones so you could tell jokes while I was drinking water, but I wasn't prepared for jokes. This is a song that I wrote about Frankenstein, the doctor, not the monster. Every year I reread Frankenstein because it's one of my favorite stories. And yeah, Mary Shelley is one of the best writers I think ever. And really, Frankenstein's monster is this, this thing that just wants to be loved. He just wants to be loved. But this year I was especially inspired by the character of Dr. Frankenstein. And he's the narrator of the story. And if you haven't read it, go home and get it. And I was like, you know what? What would it be like before this, dating Dr. Frankenstein? And if you broke up with him, you'd just be like, go build yourself a better girlfriend. So I wrote this song, and it's dedicated to Dr. Frankenstein's ex-girlfriend.
Cut my soul in two and take a piece with you. Leave my brains okay for another day. Oh, you can't believe it, yeah, you can't conceive it. I can't believe it's true. I can't believe it, I was all you needed. Now you want somebody new. Then make someone new. The perfect girl in the perfect size. That back, those thighs, some bedroom eyes. Sew it all together, wait for stormy weather. Thunder, lightning, a bolt of pain. Go and pull the lever, put your hands together. Disparate parts will revive again. Will revive again. It's alive, it's alive. The one you always dreamed of, blinded, and skipping through. Her heart is sticking away, she opens her eyes, she's alive. Now that she's caught in your embrace, you take one look at her face, and there's just a trace of angry rage. You can't believe it, oh, you can't conceive it. You swear you made her at the perfect stage. But now she's alive. and make someone new. Cut my soul in two and take a piece with you. Leave my brains okay for another day.
Thank you very much. Oh, all right, all right. All right, we're gonna do all the songs. We're no skipping. Taurus told me I can't skip songs on the set list. I typed it up, which I don't know, I mean, there's some of you out there who know me, but I love to type things up and be organized, so we can't deviate, okay? I'll quit talking so we can get all the songs in. This is a song. Also written to the poetry of Gwendolyn Brooks from Chicago, and it is called The Preacher Ruminates After the Sermon.
It must be lonely to be God. Nobody loves a master, no. Despite the bright hosannas, the bright dear lords and bright determined reverence of Sunday eyes. Picture Jehovah striding through the hall of his importance, creatures running out from seven corners to acclaim, to shout appreciation of his merits glare. But who walks with him, dares to take his own, to slap him on the shoulder, tweak his ear, buy him a Coca-Cola or a beer, poo-poo his politics and call him a fool.
Thank you very much. All right, this is our last song, and it is dedicated to the DC jazz scene. And here are two of my favorites that happen to be with me tonight, and I love and adore that I get to play with them regularly. Taurus Mateen on the bass. And Terrence and I have been playing together for 20 years almost, 19 years? Yeah, 19 years Terrence and I played, because we were playing in the womb. We're twins. Terrence Arnett on the drums. A lot of people ask you that, Terrence? Are we twins? People ask me that all the time. This song was written about Adams Morgan. There's this Space Columbia station with a giant window, and I would sit there playing the piano, and I was lucky enough to play with the wonderful Butch Warren, and there was just always like shenanigans happening and fist fights in front of the window, and we played all day. There was a jam session and then the show afterwards, and I had a lot of drama. It was like a telenovela. Like there was just screaming and high heels, and I loved it. So I wrote this song about it, and thankfully the piano here at the Kennedy Center is much nicer than the piano ever was at Columbia Station. It's rough. It's rough out here, y'all. Support your jazz businesses. This is called Late Night Blues.
She sees him crouching in the corner by the window with an air of unrequited jealousy. As if she were Medusa, he avoids her gaze as she clicks her heels into the room. The band plays on a late night blues that begs for a set break. She struts to the bar, assured that he saw her walking up the street in the lamplight. He picks up his horn again to play the melody out, but it won't come. His forehead wrinkles and his eyes shut tighter, but all he can play is a plaintive moan. His mind wanders to his song, whispers and her curse. She can only play for him, but his horn points to no one. Down to the floor, searching for answers on the dirty linoleum.
Taurus Matina on bass. Terrence Arnett on the drums. Thank you all very much. I'm Amy K. Bormet. I'll be back at the merch table. I'll have CDs. And I'll also be performing June the 15th for the DC Jazz Parade down at the Wharf. So come and cheer me on, because if my band wins, we get $15,000. So that's June the 15th for the DC Jazz Festival. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Kennedy Center.